Hello everybody, Ray Garner with Garner's Games, here to do my weekly comic review. And it's Spider-Man time, Radioactive style. Now this of course is a tie-in to the Age of Revelations, which is currently going on, and we're basically seeing what's going on in Peter's life X years from now. This is brought to us by Joe Kelly and Kev Walker as our artist. And we start off with basically a pseudo-peaceful view of New York underneath the Age of Revelation until, Lowlock. It's a Lowlock was attacking, and he's got all kinds of firepower. When the PDC, which I guess it stands for some sort of police deal, shows up, and they're basically just going to use lethal force and take him out. But of course, Spider-Man shows up to effectively take everybody out. Pretty cool overall fight sequence, and as we know here, Peter has some extra arms sticking out of his back. And I don't remember if he actually shoots any webs out, but he's definitely hooking webs off of them. So, anyway, after he stops the police force, gets the flaming guy out, they go back and meet the good old Doc. And as we find out, Peter, of course, is all kinds of mutated, but it looks like the, what's it called, a gene bomb that they dropped that basically either killed humans or mutated them is trying to mutate Peter, but it's having a hard time because of his radioactive blood. And he's figured out that if he increases the radiation periodically, that it stops the mutations for a week. But it tears him up pretty good. As you can see in this picture right here where he's bleeding from the mouth and nose. Oh, and the eyes. And they got a warning about an ad in a lab in the Manhattan Bridge, because this group is gone in there to try to get stuff loose. And Peter shows up, and he is very, very forcefully straightforward. He said, "I'm only going to say this once, so open your ear holes wide. Get the out of here, or you're going to die." And as he's basically trying to force them all to leave, he notices that they cut the power to something. He's like, "Why would you do that? That is stupid." And he's trying to get everybody out of there. And they're all just like, "You're not running us out. This is one of Sinister's labs. We're here to preserve our heritage." And the Doc, whose power is force fields, shows up to help Peter. And let's see, where does it say that? He's like, "You stupid," she says, "You stupid. He came here to save you." And they're like, "Oh, what is that?" And whatever he was trying to save him from promptly kills one of them. And it's safe to assume, based on the other deal, because she basically keeps her and Peter force-filled up, that the other four just get massacred by this thing. And she drops the force field for him, and she's like, "What is it? Oh, no. No. And if I'm wrong, you run and you don't look back." And we find out that the attacking creature is Aunt May. Apparently has no clue what's going on. So apparently somehow or another she was mutated by the deal. The story's all right. It's pretty touching for Peter. I'm still not all in on Age of Revelations. And the fact that many of the books are kind of standalone and some can be kind of cool, because this one's pretty decent. It's a decent Peter Parker, Elseworlds, what if story. But outside of the fact is what did the Age of Revelation setup do to Peter Parker? But at least so far in this, he has nothing to do with the main storyline. So this is just a crossover to, hey, if this timeline persists, this is what's going on with Peter. So that's a little dissatisfying. And there's been a couple other books like that as I've been going through them that, something happens to a character in this book and it has zero effect on this other book, or doesn't make any sense when you line it up with this other book. So I'm hoping this kind of gels and comes together at some point, but so far it hasn't. And that's on the editor ends, not on the individual writers. But as a standalone story, this is a really cool, like I said, what if Spider-Man was irradiated and New York was turned into mutant paradise ruled by a dictator. So, be interested what the second issue is. I do like some of the funny character moments with the Doc and Peter, so that was pretty cool. Check it out. It's probably be a little bit better than some of the other stuff I've read so far with Age of Revelations. But check it out and see how you like it. And I'll see y'all next week.